And so I received this beautiful book as a gift, and motivational quotes. So it's literally just like each page has one quote, and you guys know me, I'm a quote girl. I like this. So it was just such a perfect gift for me. Um, and so I'm going to share one with you today, and a reminder that this month of September, I'm focusing on Ata, the now, right? Being in the present moment. And there's a lot to be said, particularly on today being September 11th, right? The 19th anniversary of the tragedy. And it's just amazing to think how 19 years has just flown by. I think we can all probably reflect back and feel like it just happened. Like it's so that sensation is so raw and so fresh still till this day. And here's the quote that I'm choosing to share with you today. The quote is by Michael Altshuler, and he says, "The bad news is time flies. The good news is that you're the pilot." So the bad news, time flies. The good news, you're the pilot. So I love that to help bring us into the present moment, because I do feel like even when I was in Colorado, my sister and I, the day would get started, and all of a sudden, like every day we'd go look at our phone or the clock on the wall, go, it's 2 o'clock? How's it 2 o'clock? We just got started, right? So how can we be more present? How can we treasure each and every moment with our loved ones and with what we have here and now? And so we're the pilots, right? So I'm gonna take a seat back in my chair. So have your water bottle nearby, your blocks nearby if you feel like you need them. And being the pilot of your practice is just as important as being the pilot of your time, so that you always remind yourself that you listen to your own body before you listen to me. As we move and strengthen and stretch and breathe and work on being here and now. So place your hands on your thighs, palms down. Feel the sensation of the nerve endings and the tips of your fingers touching your legs. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe even take a little hip walk to find that just right place so that you can be grounded in your sitting bones. And get the heel of the foot underneath the knee, so that leg is in a 90-degree angle. The feet are hips distance. You might even take a peek at the feet and make sure they're parallel to one another. And then close your eyes again and take 3 really good cycles of breath. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely. Maybe finding a little bit more depth by inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Don't be afraid to make some noise. Hear yourself in the now. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Oh, good. And then bringing yourself with the arms away from the lap, down by your side, maybe holding onto the seat of the chair, perhaps noticing if you need to adjust your posture or the position of your bottom on the chair, like I just needed to do. And let's move through the neck here. So take a nice breath in. As you exhale, let the chin come down to the chest, right? So pausing there for a moment, but continuing to breathe, right? You're gazing down maybe toward the chest, toward the knees, or toward the feet. but keeping the rest of your spine nice and tall so that the shoulders are still back and down, right? The spine is still kind of neutral or lifted, but just the head and the neck, the cervical spine, are getting a good stretch across the back space. Then with your in-breath, lift your head up. And with your out breath, lift your chin up and let your head relax back, right? Trying not to change the rest of the spine, but just move the cervical spine. Opening the front of the throat, making sure that you can still breathe here. I think there's a quite frequent observation, at least for myself here, from what others have told me. If you let the head go back too far, it's really hard to breathe. So make sure that you choose a position that's a nice stretch, but you still have access to that breath in this moment. And then use an inhale to come back to center with the head. Good. Exhale and pause. Take another breath in. As you exhale, left ear toward left shoulder. Nice big stretch there. And so if you want to get a little bit more sensation here, you might lift that right arm away from the seat of the chair a little. Just reach the fingertips down and away. I love that because I can still keep my spine really centered and reaching through the right fingertips. Encourages a deeper stretch in the neck between the shoulder and the ear, maybe even down the top of the arm. With an inhale, come back to center, release the hand, exhale, pause in center. Precious moment, you are piloting. Inhale here, exhale, right ear, right shoulder. And then just notice that might be enough for you here, especially if you're holding onto the seat of the chair. That little bit of a lean right over with the neck might already awaken so much sensation in that left side of the neck that this is enough. If you feel like you wish for a little more, you can release that left hand and just kind of reach it down on a diagonal. The fingertips are reaching toward the floor and you're breathing. Maybe 2 more breaths. Not missing a thing, right? Feeling sensation, feeling breath, being in the here and now. And then slowly, slowly, let the in-breath bring you back to center and release the arms. Good. And then next inhale, breath fully expansion. Exhale, chin down to chest again. And let's rock that left ear over to the left shoulder and rolling the head back behind you as you start your exhalation, rolling the head to the right and back down. Let's take one more circle in that direction. The inhale goes left and back. The exhale goes right and down. And then we slowly roll in the other direction. Inhale right and back. Exhale left and down. One more time for good measure. Inhale right and back. Exhale left and down. Good. Next inhale, bring the head to center. Reach the arms out and up. And exhale, draw the hands to the heart. So good. Time flies, right? Treasuring every single moment of what we have with our loved ones while we have it. That is the message of being in the here and now, right? The future is so unknown. And if this pandemic has taught us nothing but that, life is so unpredictable and that we really never ever know what comes around the next corner. So be here in the moment. On your inhale, reach the arms up. On an exhale, arms out like wings. Good. Turn the palms to face down. Sit up nice and tall. Push down into the soles of the feet to get a little bit more lift out of the crown. Spread the fingers and awaken the upper arm muscles a little bit so that the tricep muscle here kind of hugs onto the bone. Just notice you can actually activate that tricep muscle, the one that is underneath the top of the upper arm bone. Yeah, give me one more breath in. As you exhale, look to the left, pivot and twist the body to the left. Good. Let's anchor that twist so that right hand holds onto that left thigh and that left hand comes to the back of the seat of the chair. Take 3 cycles of breath here. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, rotating a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, rotate deeper. On your last one, notice if you're really twisting from the spine or if you're letting the hips do the twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rotate. Good. Next in breath, both arms sweep forward and up. Get a nice amount of length in that inhale. And as you exhale, arms come down like wings. Good. Breath in. Exhale, look to the right and pivot and twist with that exhalation. And then anchor your twist, holding onto the thigh with that left hand, holding onto the seat of the chair with that right hand. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen, feel the expansion. Exhale, rotate, feel the twist from the waistline. Notice that that left hip is kind of going forward. Try to draw the left hip back a little so they stay in line with one another. And work on noticing how you can get your twist to come from your ribs and your waistline instead of your hips. One more breath. Exhale completely into that twist. Good. And then inhale, release hands, both arms forward and up. Exhale, arms out like wings. Good. Now let's bend into goddess arms or cactus arms, right? Good. Just for a moment, let's come into more of a W shape. So let the elbows come down a little bit. Notice how that softens and relaxes the shoulders a little bit. And then inhale, we're going to reach them all the way up. And exhale, W, all the way down, right? So there's a contraction and an expansion. Move with your breath. Inhale, reach and expand. Exhale, squeeze and contract. Like feel the muscles hugging onto the bone, right? There's a way that you can do this that's very passive and practically feel nothing, or there's a way that you can do this super active. So you're in the pilot seat. Inhale, reach, stretch. Exhale, contract, not just the arms, but the chest and the belly. Last one, inhale, reach. And exhale, contract. Good. This inhale, come back to the goddess arms. And just see how that feels to hold a little bit of a 90-degree angle with those arms, muscles still hugging onto bone. Good. Big breath in. As you exhale, just hinge at the hips and lean forward about halfway, right? So you're pausing here and just be observant of how the sensations in the body change when you take this same shape, but all you do is lean forward a little bit. You might notice your upper back working a little more. Maybe your legs working a little more because you're leaning forward, so more weight is going into those feet. Yeah, give me one more breath in. As you exhale, place the hands on those knees and slide down really slowly into your first forward fold. Letting the head hang. Good. You might just shake the head yes, and shake the head no. Right. Shake the head yes again and shake the head no. Good. Then with an inhale, slide the hands up the shins, draw the shoulders back and down, lift up to a flat back halfway, and exhale, fold back in. Good. We're going to ground the right hand down in the center or on a block. Sweep that left arm out and up and take another variation of a twist. Okay, let's take a breath or two here since it's the first twist in this orientation. Breathe, right? Are your sitting bones both grounded down on your chair, or your hips in line with one another, and that rotation coming from the spine? Give me one more breath. And exhale, lower left hand down, switching sides. Inhale, right arm sweeps out and up. Good, and just take these few breaths to really feel what you feel, right? Perhaps time will feel like it flies a lot more slowly if we really pay attention. Give me one more breath in. And exhale, lower right hand down. Good. Inhale, sweep both arms out and rise up so the crown of the head comes over the tailbone. Arms reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands to the heart, Samasthiti. Good. All right, we're going to take that again, adding a little bit of movement with the breath. So we're going to try to do that same sequence with one breath per movement. If you need an extra breath in there, take it. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, arms like wings. Good. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, lean forward. Good. Take another breath in. Exhale, hands to knees, and we slide into a forward fold. Good. Inhale, fingers slide up, shins halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in deeply. Twisting with an inhale, open to the left. Closing the twist with an exhale. Inhale, twisting to the right. Close the twist with an exhale. Push down to both feet, sweep the arms out, a reverse swan dive, arms reach out and up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful sun salutation. Let's take that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale like wings. Good. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, hinge and hover. Good. Breathe in again. Exhale, hands to knees, slide down, forward fold, head hangs. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers on shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open, twist to the left. And exhale, fold. Inhale, open and twist to the right. And exhale, fold. Push down into both feet equally. Sweep the arms out and up. Exhale to the heart. All right, we're doing it one more time. Get a little warmer. Inhale, arms up. Exhale like wings. Don't be in a rush. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, hinge. Maybe you go a little further. Inhale again. Exhale, hands to knees, and you fold. Your in-breath slides you up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, twist to the right. And exhale, fold. Push down equally, reverse swan dive with an in-breath. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Now take your dominant hand for a moment, place it on your heart, and take your non-dominant hand, rest it right on top, and just give a little bit of pressure, just so that you can feel. Maybe you can just notice your breathing. It might even be a little bit winded. That was some pretty uplifting pace there. Can you feel the beat of your heart? Just observe. Good. And then open the eyes on an in-breath. Sweep the arms out and up. On an exhale, let's bring the hands to that left leg and see if you can lift it up. So let's start by holding on underneath. And you can move around that left ankle, right? And just observe the spine here, because I see this happen, and I even feel it myself, a tendency to go like rounded, right? So work on drawing the shoulders back and down, still having that really good posture. And maybe flaring the toes, pointing and flexing a few times. I know my toes, my feet were jammed into hiking boots for 10 days, so I'm really glad to do some footwork here. Yeah, all right. And then flex the toes and start rolling through that hip joint. See how your hip feels. So, right, it's just kind of like you're making like a rainbow shape, right? Right, so the knee is creating this archway. You can make it as deep or as shallow or mild or big as what feels comfortable for you, right? But this is the opportunity to just go, oh yeah, how you doing in there, hip? How you doing in there, hip? Good. And then when you come back to the center, see if you can switch the hands to hold on to the front of the shin. If it's too much for you, stay here. Remember that message that I always share. Honor your body, listen to me, and listen to your body before you listen to me, right? So hug that knee in a little closer if it's available. Keep the foot flexed to stabilize everything there. Sit up nice and tall. Woo, good. Breath in and breath out. Now, if you're able to, just hold that left leg with the right hand, right? Maybe you hold it just on the knee, or perhaps you hold it around the side of the knee joint, and then open that left arm out to the left. Keep flexing those left toes. Sit up tall. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, twist the body to the left, right? This is a seated dancing Shiva, right? So that right foot that's on the ground, make sure it's still part of the party, right? The more you root down into that right foot, the more stable your whole posture will feel. Give me one more really good breath in, lengthen. Exhale, maybe rotate a little more. Good, and then bringing that left hand back and around, and we lower that left leg down and just straighten it out for a moment. Point the toes, good, reach the arms up, and maybe lean back a little. And just get some space in that hip flexor area. Good, one more nice inhale. And as you exhale, draw the hands to the heart, bend that left leg, place it down, and then inhale, arms reach up. And we're gonna lift that right leg up, hold on underneath the thigh, and then we start that same sequence. Oh, good morning, foot, ankle, and toes. Right, how are they doing? Are they serving you well? Yeah, give them some love. All right, do you move as feet really well for a few cycles? We'll start with the hips. So sit up tall and then make your little rainbow shape, your little archway. Right, and remember, it could be a tiny little rainbow, or it could be a full-on, right, rainbow from the beginning all the way to the pot of gold. Right, so take what feels good. Notice, right? It's like lubrication. Remember, motion is lotion for the joints. And thank God for that knowledge. Yeah. All right. And then the next time you come back to center, pause and center. Really push into that left foot for a good posture and see if you can shift. Holding onto the front of the shin, if that's available to you. Sit up tall and hug that knee in. So remember that foot is flexed. So I can't really see most of your feet. I saw that one, Richard. That was great. I can see Richard's feet. Everyone else's feet is sort of below the line of the little box you're sitting in. Right? So just work on sitting up tall and keeping that foot active. Good. Now, if you're able to, take the left hand, hold on to the right knee, or perhaps you can get around to the outside. Right? I like kind of getting around to under that hinge of the joint there. here. And then use an in-breath to open the right arm out to the right. Activate hug muscle onto the bone. And as you exhale, twist and open the body to the right. Here's that dancing Shiva. Breathe. All right, so we want to take at least 3 good cycles of breath. And so that we learn how to be in the present moment, even when the present moment is a little less than comfortable. Good. One more breath in, lengthen. Exhale, rotate a little deeper. And then slowly, slowly coming down out of the twist. Good. Lowering the leg down, straightening it out. Oh, point the toes, reach the arms up, and lean back a little. Just open through that hip joint, open through that knee joint that was just really compressed there. Maybe lifting the heart, maybe lifting the chin. Make sure that you can breathe. If you cannot breathe freely, that is the #1 sign of the moment that you are in any posture too deeply. Good, one more breath. And exhale, hands to the heart and right leg bends. Good, let's check the position of those feet and take a little flow again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, wings. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, hinge, maybe as deeply as possible. Inhale again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slide up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, twist open to the left. Exhale, close the twist. Inhale, open to the right. And exhale, close. Push down in both feet, sweep arms out and up into that reverse swan dive, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Samastiti. Good. Pause. And now, this time, take your non-dominant hand. Press it on the chest. Dominant hand on top. Give it a gentle push. And it's almost like, not only does it kind of feel like a security blanket or a hug or just a little bit of support, you know, like, I gotcha. I got you, right? But can you also utilize this gentle press as a moment to feel your heartbeat? Can you also utilize this press to allow you to feel the lift in both directions so that you don't allow the posture to get saggy or droopy, but it's a really good support system. Like if you were going to tie a hammock to a tree and you were really sure that it was securely anchored there before you placed your body in that hammock. Good. Now release the arms with an in-breath. Sweep them out and up. Good. And exhale, hands to prayer. Namaste. Hands. Good. All right, now hands down to the thighs, and then we're going to straighten out that left foot. Right, and we're going to give a flex position to that left foot, and then we're going to walk that right foot toward the left, and see if you can let that right knee open out to the right. All right, so you might have to kind of bring yourself a little forward in the chair. And so right now I have the sole of my right foot on my left ankle bone. Hands come to the hips. So this is a really modified version of a tree pose, right? One hip externally rotated, one hip internally rotated. And so you can just stay right there. But right now the outer edge, I'm gonna make sure you can see me with my little microphone. Right, the outer edge of my foot is actually on my mat, right? And if you wanted to take a little bit of a challenge, you can lift that foot up off of the mat, slide it up a little higher, and see if you can get it on the calf muscle, right? So make sure it's not on the knee, because once again, I can't really see most of your knee. So you do not want to be on the knee joint here. The knee is a delicate joint, so don't press onto the knee. You're going to go below the knee. But start to push the sole of the foot into that calf and resist it by pushing the calf into the sole of the foot. So you are doing what we call coming in toward the midline. So there's activation here, right? Just like when we made that W earlier, you could just make a really wimpy kind of W, or you can make an active, wonderful, strong W. Yeah? All right, on an inhale, reach the arms up. On an exhale, find wings. Good. Inhale, cactus. And exhale, pause. All right, so this is a seated, we call this Vrikshasana, or tree pose. Good. How's your breath? Yeah. Are you in this moment? How's your balance? Is that left foot really flexed and active and strong, and just the heel of the foot is rooting on the ground? One more really good breath in. And exhale, lower the hands down. Good. Bring that right knee back to center. Extend that right leg. So both legs are extended. Point the toes. Reach the arms up with an inhale. And exhale, lean back. Some of you might actually choose to lean all the way back into the seat of your chair, taking a really good stretch, like as if you were laying on your bed or laying on the floor, and you're taking like one of those morning stretches, reaching through fingers and toes. One more breath in. And exhale, pulling yourself back up to a tall spine. Good. And then we're going to bend that left leg, and we're just going to let it open out to the left. The right toes are going to flex. And start maybe with that simplest form. Just notice how that hip feels in the external rotation. Hands on the hips, keeping them nice and sturdy and square. Right, belly pulling up and in, pelvic floor pulling up and in. Every moment is what you make of it, right? And so whatever is happening in your life right now is just so. You are the one that assigns meaning to it, right? So don't beat yourself up. Maybe you stay right here because this is plenty of work. Or maybe you lift that left foot up so that your outer edge of the foot comes off of the mat, and then you bring the sole of the foot to the calf so it's really active and lifted, right? Lots of work through the whole hip, and that right leg is active and strong. Toes are flexed, spine is tall, shoulders are back and down. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already feeling a little warm. Good. I saw that, Joanne. She's like, yep, me too. It's amazing what you can do in a chair, right? Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale like wings. Good. Inhale, goddess or cactus, right? So this is the type of tree that we are being in the moment, right? So you're the pilot. Do you want to keep that foot back down on the ground or up? Maybe you even want to decide to take little chin mudra, like letting the pointer finger and the thumb create that okay sign for a little deeper concentration, spreading the other three fingers wide. And breathing, your greatest connection to this moment. Yeah, I'm like shimmering a little bit too. And if you are, and if you need to come out sooner than I offer, be okay with that. What is happening in your life now is just so. You are the one who assigns meaning to it. One more breath in. And exhale, lower down, bringing that knee back to center. Oh, extend that leg, point the toes. Oh, that feels so good. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, lean back into your chair. Use the support of the chair, right? To take that nice stretch, pointing the toes away, reaching the fingers away. So good. One more breath in. And exhale, strength of the core, rise back up. Hands to the heart, bend those knees. And I'm sure you guessed it because I can't do tree in a chair without doing tree standing, right? So come on up to a standing position. And then come around to the back of your chair. I'm turning mine around as I usually do to make sure that I've got a really good view for you guys, all right? And so my left hip is next to the back of my chair. My left hand is on the chair, and I'm gonna actually use my left leg. We often use the right leg in this position, but today we're gonna use the left leg as the lifted leg, okay? So give yourself enough space. You might even step a little further over to the right so that, you know, your hand is on that chair, you feel stable, but you've got space there, okay? Ground down through the right foot, strong in the belly and the pelvic floor, shoulders back and down, crown tall, active legs, hugging muscle onto bone, yeah? Bringing that right hand to the right hip, and then see if you can lift up that left leg. If lifting up the left leg feels like a challenge, right? You could just keep the ball of the foot on the ground and lift the heel. So this is an option. If you feel like, whoa, I don't have much stability here, keep the toes on the ground and work on the balance of this action. It is enough in this moment. If you want to take it deeper, right, you can lift that leg up higher, flexing the toes, right? And just see how that feels. Before we go into tree pose, right, we're gonna play around with a standing version of dancing Shiva. We did it in the chair, so we're gonna try it on the floor. So take that right hand, bring it around to the left knee. You might hold on to the outside. Remember how we did that when we were seating? You kind of find like under the hinge of that joint, flex those toes, right? Maybe soften the standing leg a little, right? Let that quadricep work a little. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, look to the left and twist and rotate to the left. This is a standing dancing Shiva. Now, my left hand is still securely on my chair, but you might want to see if and only if you feel really stable, you can see if you can lift that hand up, maybe even reach it back behind you and you'd be doing a full-on dancing Shiva. You know, or maybe you're like, nope, thank you. I like this moment with my hand on the chair. Good. And then slowly unravel the twist. Good. And then we're going to release the hand from the leg, open that leg out to the side, and start with the toes on the ground, right? So the left knee is like pointing toward the back of the chair. My toes are on the ground, and the arch of my foot is touching the ankle bone. Right? Okay. Notice that right hip. You see mine? It's kind of salsaing out to the right. I want to hug it in. Can you do that? See if you can squeeze, right? So this hip kind of squeezes into the midline. And then maybe, if you feel safe and stable, you can slide that leg up a little higher so it comes onto the calf. Good. Reach that right arm out and up. And exhale, bend it into a cactus, a half cactus, right? And just pause there. And then you can kind of test the waters. Maybe that other hand can lift up, right? And how's your balance today? Maybe you're like, oh yeah. A lot of you are like, yeah, I got this. You guys look so good. Every single one of you with a smile on your face in this moment. You are the pilot. And if the pilot says, oh, there's some turbulence and I need to hold on, right? So hold on, it's okay. You are the pilot while your time is the now. Give me one more breath. And then slowly release the arm, bring the knee back to center and lower the foot down. Good. Heel toe the feet up nice and wide, right? So you feel really stable. And you can hold on to the chair if you need, or you could just take a nice stretch with the arms reach out and up. Oh, reach and lengthen a little longer through each side. Good. And then arms down by your side, and we're going to take it on the other side. So you can either just turn yourself around, right? Or like me, I'm just going to make sure that I can still see you. So now my right hip is to the back of the chair. Give yourself enough space. Let's move all my toys here. Give yourself enough space. Left hand on left hip. All right. Feet are grounded, belly strong, pelvic floor up and in, right? How do you stand and carry yourself? Remember that it is the right leg that we're going to be lifting. So take your time. You might just start by lifting the heel, right? Keeping the toes on the ground. And when you kind of lift that, you feel that opposite leg, your standing leg, really root and ground down. Maybe this is enough for you, or maybe you float it up. Remember, if you float it up in the air, flex it like crazy. So that that right foot kind of thinks that it's still standing on the ground. Right? If it hangs dangly, it has nothing to root onto. Good. All right, now we're going to come into that dancing Shiva. So take that left arm, find your way to that right knee, maybe holding on to the outside. Take a nice breath in, soften the standing leg a little, right? Get some use of that quadricep muscle on the standing leg. Look over the right shoulder and rotate the spine. Right, I'm still holding onto my chair here for balance. If you feel stable and you want to play around with lifting the hand off the chair, you are the pilot, right? So if you're going to release and you feel stable, you can reach that hand to the wall behind you, or you can say, no, thank you. It's a little turbulent. I'm wearing my seatbelt. Breathe. Can you give me one more full cycle of breath in through the nose, out through the mouth? Good. Unravel the twist, straighten the standing leg, release the thigh, and then open into the tree pose variation. Begin with the mild version. Left hand on left hip, right toes on the floor, right arch on left ankle bone, and then left hip, right? See how mine's kind of salsaing out? I'm gonna pull it in, right? This is kind of called pulling it into the midline. So activates the muscles across the hips, and maybe that's enough for you there. Or maybe you slide it up to the calf. Remember, not on the knee joint. Knee joint is way too delicate for that kind of pressure. So the foot pushes into the calf, and the calf pushes into the foot. And then we take that left arm out, bending the elbow, find that cactus arm. Good. And then you decide, do I keep holding on, or do I test the waters a little? Ooh, maybe I lift, and maybe I come into a full-on cactus, maybe that Chin Mudra, that okay sign, and maybe I'm okay with the fact that I need to hold on to the chair. Remember, the fact that you are here and now and breathing and well is all that matters in this moment. Good. Maybe 2 more breaths. Balance practice, super important. Slowly lower the hand to the chair if it's not already there. Lower the hand to the hip and release that leg out of the tree pose. Yeah, maybe shake them out a little. And then step your feet really wide so you have a good base. Like when I was traveling and we had to go on one of those trams at the Denver airport from like Concourse A to Concourse B, and it's like, okay, I didn't want to sit near anybody, right? And it wasn't really crowded. I'm like, I'm going to stand, but I'm going to stand like this. So when that train moves, I'm stable, right? So ground your feet down, sweep the arms out and up, and just reach and stretch. Like a really amazing morning stretch here. Breathe big, be in the moment. Woo, yes, and then draw the hands to the heart. Good, lower the hands down. Stepping the feet together and then walking your way back around to the front of your chair. Oh my, how time flies. Right? And so we're going to make the most of what is left of our beautiful time together. So I want you to walk your way back into the seat of your chair, so that you feel so supported and so held. Let the back body rest on the back of the chair. Turn the palms upward. Let them rest in your lap. find the most comfortable place. Take one really good breath here. Inhale through the nose. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, and open the mouth. Let it go. As you let that breath out, can you let the shoulders soften and start to kind of fall away from the ears? Let the fingers soften and the fingers curl. And then can you look for the little pulse points in your body? Feeling the beat of your heart slowing down as we stay for the next minute or so in quiet and stillness. As you hold on to this stillness and you observe your body's natural breath, there is no greater connection to the present moment than that. And so, to begin to reawaken, you can purposefully, right, take control of the breath. Right, be the pilot and start to inhale a little bigger. Exhale more completely. Wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. Maybe circling the wrists or circling the ankles. Good. And then when you feel ready, you can pull the back body off of the back of the seat of the chair, walk a little forward again, just so that you find that good posture once again. And I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center, thumbs toward the sternum. Om Shanti, 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 He. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. So, such truth in that quote, right? That the bad news is time flies, it continues to fly. But the good news is you are the pilot. So make the best and the most of being present in your time. Thank you as always for spending this time with me. It is truly my greatest honor to guide you through this ancient and most magical practice we call yoga. Wishing each one of you a fabulous Friday. Namaste. Namaste.